online classes. We began with a few subjects, gradually added more. We also added co-curricular activities. We added life skill classes. We added storytelling because we did not want our students to miss out on anything just because they were at home. None of this would have been possible without your support. Together, you and us held the oars of the boat our children were sailing in, and we managed to take them through the rough times. Today, our children have been promoted. They have done academically well. This is kudos to you as parents and our teachers for putting in so much of hard work. But that was last year. This year, we are better prepared. We know what's happening in the world. We know how to cope with the problems that we may have to face. In the past 1 month, our teachers have undergone rigorous training, learning new strategies, methodologies. What is it that they would do in the class to make it more interesting, interactive, and give opportunities of learning to our children? We look forward to your support this year as well. We could have not imagined how education system is going to change. 2 years ago, we could have never thought that 2 years hence, we are going to go online. But we have given our children more avenues of learning now. The children of class 3 today will be facing the world another 7 years from now. There will be different professions for them to choose from. There will be different streams to study. We can't even imagine how life is going to change, how the education system is going to change. There's going to be a 360-degree turn. But I'm sure our children will succeed. With yours and our support, our children will excel in whichever field they choose. Online is a new normal. We were ready to go online and offline, start school for the children. But one fine day we received the news that schools cannot reopen. But we were prepared. We are prepared, even now. We are going to go online for the next 2 months and again take a call on what we are going to do after the summer break. We are going to start with hybrid classes. We are going to start with online and offline classes. We are going to ensure that your children do not miss on their academics. We have incorporated a lot. And to share that with you, I'm going to call upon Ms. Payal, the primary years coordinator, a very diligent worker who leads a team of very, very hardworking teachers. Together, their efforts have borne fruit and your children have done academically well. She's going to take you through her presentation, sharing with you some rules, some targets, some goals that we wish to achieve in the coming session. Thank you, parents. Over to you, Payal.
Thank you so much, Gina ma'am. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Principal ma'am, respected Vice Principal ma'am, and the strength of the school, our dignified parents. It gives me immense pleasure to extend to you very warm greetings on behalf of all the members of the Smart Wonders family. It's my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to grace this occasion. On this pleasant and joyful morning of the Orientation Day, let's pray to the Almighty to help us to excel and achieve greater heights this year too. We wish to bring out the best in our students and prepare them by developing relevant skills and knowledge to become competent enough to meet the challenges of the world. While doing so, we also wish that the learning experience for our students should be a joyful one. As we know, Class 3 is a very crucial stage in the primary years, especially as far as their physical, intellectual, and socio-emotional development is concerned. For them, the teacher is a motherly figure, and her instructions and commands are the most important ones. I'm delighted to introduce to you a set of vibrant, diligent, experienced, and loving teachers who are going to handle class 3. So I would like to call upon Miss Kamalji and Miss Komal, who are going to be the class teachers, and they're going to introduce themselves. Please, ma'am.
Good morning. I am Kamaljeet Kaur, class teacher of class 3C. I will be teaching Hindi in class 3C and class 3A. अपनी हिंदी भाषा के लिए चंद लाइनें मैं आपके समक्ष प्रस्तुत करना चाहूँगी। गर्व है मुझे अब मेरी हिंदी भाषा पर, गर्व है मुझे मेरी हिंदी भाषा पर। अब इसे मुझे और भी रोचक बनाना है, अब इसे मुझे और भी रोचक बनाना है। सबके दिलों में ज्ञान का दीपक जलाना है, सबके दिलों में ज्ञान का दीपक जलाना है। सीखते हुए सब भाषाएं, हिंदी को मुझे शिखर तक ले जाना है और मुझे मेरे भारतवर्ष का गौरव बढ़ाना है, मुझे मेरे भारतवर्ष का गौरव बढ़ाना है। धन्यवाद।
A very good morning to all of you. I'm Komal and I'll be the class teacher of 3D and I'll be taking English in all the classes. Looking forward to have a stellar year with you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, teachers. Moving ahead on the path of excellence, SWS team is ready to effectively take up the forthcoming challenges in the session 2021-22. I'm sure that you are already in touch with the teachers, as we have already created WhatsApp groups and you're receiving the relevant information. Now I will take you through a presentation. I would request the parents to note down their questions or queries in case they have any, and we can take them after I finish taking you through the presentation. So let's begin. All right, let me introduce you to the stalwarts, pillars of strength of our school. Just a moment. Right. Thank you, Samriti ma'am. So here's, as you can see, the director, sir, Mr. Sandeep Singh, and principal ma'am, Ms. Poonamjeet Kaur, who's there with us virtually. So they are the visionaries and the torchbearers to lead us on the path of excellence and provide our students with the best. As you have met, our dynamic vice principal of the junior school, Ms. Jeena Singh, she's always there for all of us to guide us to achieve excellence in whatever we do. Taking you through the vision of our school, Smart Wonders. So we believe in providing challenges, innumerable learning opportunities to our students for the development of intellectual, mental, physical, emotional, and social abilities of our students. And the intent is to make them confident, competent, and caring individuals. Here's the mission statement of the school, where we not only want to make our students confident, competent, and caring, but we also look at making our students aware of the wider world with a sense of their own role as a world citizen. So they should respect and value diversity, as they are the innovators, doers, and change makers of tomorrow. So we have a target set up for the year 2021-22, We want the child who walks out of the Smart Wonders should have impeccable communication skills. He should be open to change. He should be able to adapt himself with ease. He should be techno savvy, seek information, and he should be able to analyze that information. But at the same time, he should have a heart full of compassion. Now, talking about the National Education Policy 2020, as it was launched in the year 2020. So, here the age group 8 to 11-year-old has been described as the preparatory stage. So, this age group needs to be taught in a way that he should not realize that he is learning something, but learning experiences need to be created for the children. So you will see play-based, discovery-based, activity-based, and interactive classroom learning happening in all the classes. As it's rightly said, that the future of the world is in the classroom today. So be it physical or virtual, as in today's scenario. So we at Smart Wonders believe that children are the supreme assets of any nation. So we are going to be responsible for nurturing young minds for an illuminating future of the world. So now, if I talk about play-based or discovery-based, activity-based learning, that means our students are going to be having a lot of fun while learning. So don't be surprised if your child wants to interview the neighbor or his grandparents for an English project, or he wants to just observe a leaf or a flower, or wants to examine a sample of soil. So it is all a part of our teaching learning process. The curriculum for the classes 3 to 5 is structured in a way that we provide children varied learning experiences to help them develop inquisitive minds, nurture their creative potential, and expand their intellectual capacities. The purpose is that we are looking at skill development. So what skills are we talking about here? We are talking about the skills listed here: communication skills, collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, scientific temper, IT skills, inter and intrapersonal skills, values and habits. It's very important for students to work on the skills. As we know, skill development is extremely important in today's world, as these students will be the ones who will solve problems of tomorrow. As ma'am rightly mentioned in the beginning, they will choose the careers that don't even exist today. So this generation is going to compete with the artificial intelligence tomorrow. So our focus will be to give them that experience, that opportunity to work on these skills. So talking about the instructional model that we follow in primary years. So we believe that teaching learning is just not everyone's cup of tea. That is why teachers have undergone rigorous training sessions to make their lessons vibrant and happening all the time. So we are following the model that I have just shown on the screen. So engagement of students in the classes, very, very important. The purpose of engagement is to get students excited for learning. They should not feel, oh, I don't want to go for this class. The teacher always keeps shouting and I'm always made to write. No, we want our children to be engaged in a fruitful way. And the activities should not be just done for the sake of doing. They should be purposeful. They should be well thought of. Next is exploration. So students are given opportunities to carry out hands-on activities and experiments and look for themselves what is the outcome to deepen their understanding of the concept. Further, students explain the phenomena. They talk about what they have done, and this way knowledge is gained. Further, students apply their knowledge in new situations, and knowledge is deepened and extended. Further, students reflect on their learning and evaluation follows in the form of assessments. Talking about assessments, so we always feel, oh, you have a test, so you study, you get good marks, and you're promoted to the next class. So here I differ, because it should not be just the pen paper test that should determine how much you have achieved. Teaching learning process is a continuous process. So is the assessment process also. So we have assessments in different ways happening in the classes, be it class discussions, quizzes, projects, debates, recitations, all happening in the classes, and the teacher is keenly observing the child and assessing so that she can modify her teaching learning according to the need of the child. So be assured that we have a continuous assessment, and the child will be given opportunities to participate in a number of activities which will be assessed. Talking about the methodologies that we follow in the primary years. So as you can see, we've listed so many of them, and believe me, all these activities are actually being conducted in the primary years. So we have recitations, experiments, debates, declamation, games, puzzles, virtual trips, art and craft, role plays, interviews, hands-on activities, integrated projects, then building models, and of course, assemblies and celebrations. All will be a part of our day-to-day learning. Why all these methodologies? Because we believe in holistic development. So in primary years, we follow a comprehensive approach for the holistic development of the child. I would like to share a quote of Mahatma Gandhi here. Education is bringing out the best in man, be it body, soul, and spirit. Keeping this in mind, we want to develop our children in all spheres. So, be it language, cognitive, physical, value building, socio emotional, or anything that is good for the children. So, while doing so, we all also keep in mind that there is a balance of scholastic and post-scholastic subjects. While I'm saying so, I would now take you through the session 2020-21. As ma'am mentioned in the beginning, that we all were caught unaware, and suddenly we had to make a shift to the online teaching learning. Of course, it was a difficult time. However, we all came out winners. This will be evident from all the pictures that I'm going to share with you, and you'll come to know that we did so much. So we had projects for the students, and these are the pictures shared by our children in all subjects, be it EVS, be it languages, be it mathematics. So the slide is showing how the children learned about angles in class and how did they do fractions in class, while we also had integrated projects. So this is EVS integrated with art and craft. And the best part is students were so enthusiastic throughout, and so were the parents. Hence, they have shared such beautiful pictures with us. Also, there were activities conducted for different subjects. So be it yoga day, or be it talking about a plant, or Basant Panchami, as you can see on the screen. Students participated with full enthusiasm. So this is a glimpse of a declamation activity. Dance and music were not left behind at all, and students were very happy sharing their videos with us. We also had celebrations for all the festivals, though of course in online mode. Students enjoyed making sweets on Diwali and doing puppetry and role plays during the Dussehra time. So here I would like to thank parents once again who made that effort that their child doesn't miss on any activity. Though we were doing it virtually, the joy of connecting with each other in class was evident each day. We also had virtual assemblies, be it Republic Day or Gurpurab, and we connected with the parents regularly, of course virtually, but your feedback and suggestions were always a welcome and always will be a welcome. So now talking about the coming session, as again we have switched to online mode, but we are well equipped, and of course we have planned very well for the coming session. So we have guidelines for 2021-22 as we begin in online mode for the first 2 months of April and May. So classes will be conducted through the Google Meet for initial 2 months till the time the situation is better and we get the guidelines from the government. And as you know, you have to log in from your child's unique email ID. Just today only you've logged in from that email ID in the Google Classroom and then the Google Meet. It's advisable that you change the password from time to time. Now, each day's work, worksheets and resources will be uploaded in the Google Classroom regularly. So it is advisable that you refer to the Google Classroom every day. And for the convenience, you can download the Google Classroom app in your phone and log in again from your child's email ID. So now let me just take you through the timings and the schedule that we are going to follow for the online classes. Online classes will be conducted Monday to Friday from 9 to 12:30, 9 a.m. in the morning, 12:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So we will have 4 lessons of 40 minutes each with 2 breaks of 10 minutes each and 1 break of half an hour. So children will get time to rest and take a break of 10 minutes and before they join in the next class. Also, we will have art, dance and music in the timetable. As I just said, that we want to maintain a balance between the scholastic and co-scholastic subjects. Hence, these have been added in the timetable. Calendar of this session is available in soft copy in the website, can be downloaded by the parents. And this calendar will tell you about the holidays and activities of this year. WhatsApp group, as you know, have already been created. So you can communicate with the teacher, class teacher. And we have specified the timings when you can call the teachers. That is 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on all working days. And through this group, not just relevant circulars and information will be shared, but once the classes begin, the homework will also be shared every day through your WhatsApp group for your convenience. And we will have a homework schedule to have a balance in the homework. Talking about the assessments. So assessments, so don't be scared that now you're in class 3, you will have to really put in a lot. Of course they have to put in a lot, but in a routine, in a regular teaching learning. So continuous assessments is something that we have planned. So we'll have periodic assessments like we had in the offline classes. Of course, periodic assessments, half-yearly and final examination. Half-yearly examinations will be planned only if we have online classes during that time. So if we go offline, we will have periodic assessments, continuous periodic assessments, and final examination. Now, when I say periodic assessments, PAs as we refer to, we are planning to have 2 PAs for each subject in the first term, and similarly 2 PAs for each subject in the second term. So now this PA, that is periodic assessment test, is going to be a pen paper test of 25 marks, and the students will be expected to share the PDFs of this test and we will guide you how to go about this. So half yearly is only if we are in the online mode. Offline mode, we have continuous PAs and the final examination. Further, if I talk about assessments, like I discussed, we are going to have continuous assessments. So we have internal assessment also. So while the students are attending the classes, they will have subject enrichment activities and multiple assessments. So when I talk about subject enrichment activity, these include hands-on activities, experiments, map work, project work. All this is happening while teaching learning is going on. And when I talk about multiple assessment, that is including child's participation in class. So individual or group work, class discussion, oral quizzes, graphic organizers. So all this will be assessed. So now here I would like to mention one point, that students must be regular with their classes. Do not expect the teacher to assess a child when the child is not regular. When I say internal assessment in such a detailed explanation I'm giving, so we expect the children to be participative in class. So don't have that notion that you can write in the final exam and just be casual about your teaching learning in day-to-day classes. So let's make them more disciplined so that children are regular for the classes and they participate well in the classes. So now periodic assessment will be conducted every Monday. It has been planned for every Monday, as we are going to have classes from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So the PA has been scheduled from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. on a Monday before the classes begin. And students will be expected to submit the PDF file like I just mentioned. Now the schedule and the syllabus of the periodic assessment will be shared with you all from time to time. Talking about the class assemblies and subject specific activities, like you just had I just showed you a slide with the pictures of all this was happening last year. And so this year also we have planned, and the information will be shared with the parents on a regular basis. So all circulars are shared with the parents via ERP also, and of course through your WhatsApp groups. SMS are shared from the school in case of any urgent or important information. You must be receiving the same, I'm sure. If not, please get your numbers updated. If there's a change or anything, please keep us informed. The school website is regularly updated with all the happenings of the school, attendance of the child, timetable, circulars, holidays. So parents are requested to visit the same and stay updated. Monthly newsletter is also uploaded on the website for the parents to refer to. In case a student participates or achieves something or excels in any competition outside the school, we would love to know about it. So don't hesitate to share the information with the teacher. Rather, you must be sharing it with us. We will be sending a monthly note on the first day of the month, whatever the working day is, and it will have the details of the activities, schedule, and syllabus of the periodic assessment. Of course, any events that have been planned or assemblies and the holidays of that month. Like foundation years also, you must be receiving monthly note. So here also we continue the practice and you will be informed at all times. Now, education works best when all the parts are working together. And as you can see, we have 3 parts which are very, very important. So we have some expectations from the parents also. Now, parents are vital partners in education. As parents, your influence is reflected in the child's attitude for learning. Without your support, we cannot function properly as a school and receive the desired outcome. So we seek your support, and hence I'm sharing some expectations that we have from the parents. Now, as we know that we have shifted to online mode for the next 2 months, I can well imagine it was a very difficult task last year. We didn't know which device to use, how to go about online classes. But now that we are better prepared and we know the scenario, so it is advisable that you provide a good setup with proper lighting, table chair, and a device to your ward for online classes. It's important to set up a routine for the child so that the child takes the classes seriously. Further, the student must be neatly dressed in school uniform and presentable for the class. It's not a good view if a child hasn't combed his hair and sitting for a class. I'm sure you'll agree with me. So it's advisable that you instill this practice in your child. Student should be ready for the class. He should not be looking for a pencil or finding his book while the classes have begun, because it will affect his learning time, and of course his classes will get affected. The child must sit properly and keep the camera switched on. So by keeping the camera switched on and responding in class as a, the child shows respect for the teacher. If the teacher is calling out name and the child is just not responding, it's very, very difficult for the teacher to reach out to that child. Encourage your ward to do his homework assignments regularly. Homework assignments are well thought of and planned by the teachers, and they are meant for students' benefit. So it's important that they should complete it and they should do the homework themselves. I know as parents, we sometimes feel that he's taking too long to write. Let me just finish off and write myself. But it's not advisable at all. So encourage your child to do his homework himself and submit on a regular basis. If the child faces any problems, has some queries, has some doubts, believe me, we are all there. He should be encouraged to seek help from the teacher. Encourage your child to ask questions, encourage your child to clear his doubts in the class. Teachers will be more than happy to help. And one very important thing, being regular on the online classes. It's very important. Now it's high time we all should take online classes very, very seriously. So the child should not miss on what's happening in the class. So encourage your ward to be regular. So once we begin the classes, make a daily routine that he gets up, dresses up, and sits for the classes. And we have well thought of the screen time. So it is not that much that the child, should be missing the classes. Also, if you're taking a long leave, the child should say, the parent should send a leave application to the school and also inform the teacher in case he's not attending the classes for a day. The teacher should know what's the reason and why is he not there in the classes. So here, one request from the parents. As you all are aware, we keep asking your feedback, consent forms, acknowledgement forms. Please submit them timely to the class teacher as they are required for the future planning. So please don't take it lightly. So when the teacher is following up, make an effort and just fill the form. Talking about remedial classes, we understand that some children need extra help or supervision or have missed a particular topic in the last session. So we will plan remedial classes for such students to provide that extra help, and we'll begin these classes in the month of May. And you will be, of course, informed about these, and these will be conducted on Saturdays. As you know, Smart Wonders School has a YouTube channel, so we urge you to subscribe to this channel because videos are uploaded of latest happenings in the school, and you can watch these videos on this channel. Further, I'm sharing the email ID with you all. So for any formal communication, please send your mail on this email ID. And we look forward for your cooperation and support in the next session. And we want that this should be a fruitful and a happy session for everyone. Thank you so much. So now I would request the parents, in case you have any query or questions, you can raise hand and we'll call out your name. Any queries, parents? Okay, Seher Sandhu. Yes, ma'am. Unmute yourself, ma'am. Unmute yourself, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, why have we shuffled the classes, the sections?
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Still, I'm on mute.
No.
Sorry. Ma'am, the sections have been made based on your selection of online and offline, right?
Okay.
Because when you have given us the option that you will want offline or online, so we don't want to again shuffle after 2 months. So if somebody has said offline, though we are going online right now, but then
All the sections
in
are going
July,
online.
the children will be coming, and we can't have large numbers sitting in the same section. So so our first look for class 3 was how many children want offline, and they were divided equally into the different sections so that social distancing can be maintained. And thereafter, the online children were put in. So even though we are going online for the next 2 months, this division was based on the offline, because we have to look out for the welfare of the children. When you later in July say, I want offline, then again we will have to shuffle, which will still happen. A bit of it might happen, but we don't want the complete shuffling because the children get used to their class teachers. Right.
Okay.
So so it doesn't matter if the child was in a group or a different class last year. But imagine how the child will feel if we change them after 2 months. Right.
Okay.
So we have to understand that the children will get the opportunity to make new friends. Right. Most of the subject teachers are the same. The only difference is the class teacher. So the same teacher will be teaching the same thing. So whichever class your child, whichever section your child is in, you do not have to worry, because there is proper progression made in the curriculum. So 99% or 98% of the time, the same thing will be taught on the same day. Right, and the same homework will be sent. So even if your friend or your child's friend is in another section, it doesn't matter, because the same work will be expected. The teachers sit together, collaborate, and then decide on the assignments and even the content. So there will be no difference at all, except for the class teacher.
Okay. And ma'am, in case my daughter joins after in July, she opts for the offline class.
Yes.
So she'll be given a different section at that time.
Ma'am, again, see, I do not know right now. Right. So the sections have been made right now based on the offline. But again, we will see, in case any class has too many offline children, right? Either we will increase the sections. So that is also a possibility. So there will be some sections which will be dedicated to online, because till class 3, we do not have hybrid classes. We will have separate online and separate offline. So all the online children will be in separate sections. So if you've opted for online, obviously the child will be in a separate section. And the offline children will be divided in such a manner that the number of children in a class is less, so that the children can maintain social distancing.
At the moment, we are only having the online classes, right?
For the next 2 months, ma'am, only online classes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
My query.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
My query is, it is compulsory to attend the dance class, other activity class.
Sir, last year also, based on the concerns of the parents, where they said that the children, have too much of screen time, we had informed the parents that it is not mandatory to attend the activity periods. So, if your child has an interest and wants to attend the dance or the music or the art and craft class, you're most welcome. However, we are not forcing the children; it is not mandatory. The other subjects, your English, your math, your EVS, right, your languages, your Punjabi, Hindi, those are mandatory, but your activity classes, if you feel that the child has too much of screen time, you do not have to attend them. They are not mandatory, sir.
Ma'am, what should be well dressed, that is okay, but is it mandatory to wear the uniform only?
Yes, sir. It is mandatory to wear the uniform this year. This is something that was done by most schools last year also. However, because of the pandemic and because of the fact that a lot of parents were not in town, or because of the financial crisis, we felt that we will not make it mandatory. However, after our experience of last year, we feel that for a child to be sitting in class, whether online or offline, the fact that the child is wearing uniform makes them a little more disciplined, and the class also has the ambience of a proper classroom. So it is mandatory for the children to be wearing their uniform in this coming session, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, sir. So I think
Naira, ma'am.
yes, Inaira, mother of Inaira. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, hello, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to inquire about the fee structure for this session.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, the fee structure has not been shared with all of you. So, as and when it is finalized, you will get the challans.
Yes.
Abhiraj has raised his hand. Yes, you want to ask something?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, in third standard, there is still a grade system or mark system, ma'am?
Yes, Payal, ma'am. Please, could you answer that?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, we have marks, as I mentioned, but then once they are generated, we create the report card as according to the CBSE, we are supposed to give them grades, and these grades will be reflected in the report card. However, these grades have to be based on some parameters, and that is when we have tests and internal assessments.
Okay, ma'am, fine. Thank you.
So, till class 2, you only had descriptors, right? But from class 3 onwards, there will be assessments, as ma'am has already explained. The children will be given marks, which will be converted into grades.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, parents, any other query, suggestion? That's it, ma'am.
So I can see both the twins, Tanishka and Manishka, have joined in, logged in on their own. So that's wonderful. Independent girls. Their father is, I think, working. So both the girls have joined in together. Do you have any questions? Tanishka, do you have any question?
No, ma'am.
Wonderful. So please, you can inform your parents that we will be sharing this presentation in the group, so that all the parents who have not been able to attend will also get all this information. So I can see Dia also sitting alone. So any child who is attending alone, we will be sharing the presentation. So you do not have to worry. Any other questions? Any queries? Any suggestions? Anything that you liked last year and you would like us to continue?
Jagjot Singh has raised his hand.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, I want to appreciate the efforts being put up for this last session. It was great. Although we all were we have been so,
It's been a difficult year, ma'am. I understand. It's been a difficult year for everyone. Yes.
It was great.
Yes, ma'am.
And one suggestion is there, like the kids have been missed out the disciplinary action during this whole year. Like in the classroom when they were doing offline classes. So the disciplinary actions on like when they are not doing anything or homework, it was missing last year. So, and other is the human values which were taught in the classroom. Those were missing. So all this, can we work on this for some class or so?
Definitely, ma'am. As far as the the disciplinary action is concerned, so as you know that we are already putting a lot of things into place, which will provide the structure and discipline from the attendance, which is going to be marked physically, to the assessments, to the submission of the written work, to the wearing of uniform, to ensuring that you all apply for leave before you just take leave. If the child is offline but the child falls sick and you want online classes, we will expect a proper application. So the structure is not only for the children, it is for the parents also, and it is for the teachers also, because teachers now will be teaching from school. So teaching from home was very different and teaching from school is going to be very different. So there is going to be more discipline for everyone, the students, the teachers and the parents. And as far as your second question, suggestion as values to be taught in the classrooms, definitely, ma'am. We believe that values have to be inculcated in the children, and the best way to inculcate values is by example. So whatever value we want to teach our child, whether it is telling the truth or, working diligently or being responsible or, taking responsibility, the children should be able to see it in the person who is saying it. So that goes for the parents and the teachers. There is no point in telling be honest if we ourselves are not honest. So I expect the teachers to teach the values by their own actions. So if we tell the children, please be punctual, we expect the teachers to be punctual in class. The same goes for the parents. So whatever values you want to teach your children, please imbibe them yourself. The children will not have to be told. They will watch you and themselves follow them. Right? So that is what is important, and that is the way we teach values. We do not have a separate period for GK or value education. It's not required, ma'am. The GK is incorporated into all the subjects and the values are taught by example, right? So definitely in every class, we will emphasize that the teachers ensure that all the values that we want our children to imbibe are, followed by them so that the children can learn by example. So thank you so much for the suggestion, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
This side Hasiraj's father.
Yes,
so, first of all, I would like to say congrats to you and for your entire team for such a hard work you have done during this pandemic and all. So, yeah, ma'am, it's really appreciable because whatever we did with the limited resources, we did a great job. So, I am having only one suggestion, which may vary parent to parent, right? So the time gap between the two classes was in second class was quite big. You gave approximately half an hour break, which we can't able to utilize it properly because our kids are saying that we are having break, so we want to enjoy, right?
Yes.
But when they are at a school, so I don't think so they have a proper half an hour break after every class. So it's my suggestion, if you can, reduce that break time between the classes.
Yes, sir. So, it's already been done. So, like I said, we listen to our parents, we ask for the feedback, and this is the feedback that was given by many parents, where they said that, because you've given a break of 25 minutes, the child is not switching off the device and playing games, right? So there is no point in this gap. So as ma'am has already mentioned, maybe you were not there at that point of time.
Yeah, ma'am. I'm sorry I joined late because
No,
I am
not a
having
problem.
some.
Not a problem. We will be sharing the PPT also with you. So let me just tell you, between each period, there is only a gap of 10 minutes. And there is
That's good.
one break only for the child to maybe, you know, have his tiffin or go to the washroom. And that is for 30 minutes, sir. Between each period now, the gap is only 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I think it's fair enough for the children as well, because
Yes,
now with this they can easily manage their time.
absolutely.
Either
And
they
that
get
will reduce the time gap of the, you know, the whole span of the classes also, sir.
yes. Thank you. Thanks, ma'am.
Most welcome.
Thanks, ma'am.
Most welcome. Any other parent?
No, ma'am. We don't have any more questions.
I think, is there any sports program in school? So, sir, as long as the children are not allowed to come to school, we are not having any sports programs in school. The evening activities are not going to happen this year. So this year, even if we go offline, we will not have the evening activities that we used to have earlier because of COVID. We cannot, take a chance, and we cannot have the students together because sports is physical contact, and very small children do not, keep wearing the mask when they are playing. It is difficult for them to breathe. So whatever sports periods we will have, the educator will be teaching the skills of the game to the children. It is up to you parents to ensure that you take the children out in the evenings or on a Saturday or Sunday to a safe area where they can play a game and do physical activity in school. We will be having the dance classes. We will ensure that a lot of aerobics is put into the dance classes so that the children get enough physical activity through that, but not sports classes as such.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So I think we don't have any more queries.
All right. So I think we've answered most of the questions. Thank you, Payal, for the wonderful presentation. And thank you, parents, for joining us and taking out the time to be with us. We are very, very grateful for all the support that you've given us last year. And I know that you will support us this year also. We promise that we will be even better than last year. There is a lot of learning that has happened last year, and we will incorporate everything into our teaching and learning. That is going to happen, whether online or offline. We are ready for offline. We would have opened the schools offline on the 7th, but because of the government guidelines, we had to go back to online mode. However, as you have already seen, online does not mean no learning. There is a lot of teaching and learning that happens online also. And whatever suggestions you give us, we always look into them. Every PTM, the results, whatever feedback you give us, we analyze it. We look at the majority, what the parents want, and if it is good for the children, we do our best to incorporate it. My only request to all the parents is that nowadays things are changing by the day. So whenever we send you any kind of a Google form or any kind of a request to ask you for your inputs, please do so very diligently and very timely, because your responses help us to plan and implement what we have to do in the future. So if we're asking you online or offline, transport or not, we need that data to plan. If we do not get all the data, then there is a lot of shuffling that happens later when you send it after maybe a week or 10 days. So my only request is that whenever you get a message from the class teachers, please pick up the phone or please revert so that we get the information timely. The teachers are going to be taking your calls between 2 and 3. They will not take your calls or your queries. In the same manner, when you get a call from the teacher, please ensure that you are answering the calls or looking at the messages that are being shared and reverting timely. That is all the expectation that we have. And all the best to all the children who are present here right now and are at home. I am sure that we will have a wonderful session, and looking forward to all of you coming back to school whenever the school reopens. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, dear parents. And special thank you to all the staff members who have put in so much of an effort last year. It was like a 24/7 working for them, working from home. They were managing their families, their own children, your children, and the school work. So really hats off to the staff and the parents who cooperated and ensured that we had a very, very successful session. And I promise you again, we will have even a better session in the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We have Alicia's mother raising her hand.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Alicia,
yeah. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Ma'am, due to shifting of sections, my daughter's, all her friends have gone to another section. So right now, she is not at all willing to attend the online classes. She's saying that, no, I will not attend the classes. Can you help me out with that?
Yes, ma'am. So I've already told you the reason for shuffling the sections, ma'am. You have to understand that for us, all the children, are equal. So when we are shuffling, we do not know your child personally. We have to look at what is the choice you've taken. And for the benefit of all the children, we have to ensure that equal numbers are there in each section. And like I said, it's a life skill, ma'am. There is nothing constant in life except change. The moment we understand that, our children understand that, that is the best. We have to learn how to accept change. And however, see, if there is a major problem, please connect with the vice principal. And, we have parents sending us mails. However, we are not looking at sections being changed because the children's friends are in another section. Because we need to learn to make new friends. I think that is very important. If we have lived in isolation for a year, we need to learn how to make new friends. When a child is in a classroom, whether online or offline, the child will make new friends. I think we underestimate our children. Our children's social skills are way better than the adults. We are scared of making new friends. Children are not, but we don't give them an opportunity. We become very comfortable with our circle, and then we feel, no, my child should be with the friends that they are. Let them make new friends. And you will see that the child will have a larger circle, and the child's social skills will also improve. So, that is my request to you. However, if you still feel that the section should be changed, please put in an application, and the vice principal will look at it if possible only.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am. You're most welcome, sweetheart. Thank you, Manya.
You're welcome, ma'am.
For answering so many queries, and I hope parents have got their answers. So I thank each one of you for joining in and making this session a wonderful one. So we are looking forward to meet our children online on the 7th. So till then, please take care and stay safe. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you. Thank you, parents. Thank you, Payal ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.